to? This Remco transistor radio. Want to listen?
This Christmas, give fun. Give a Kodak camera.
Is there any wonder it's called the most advanced television of our time?
The 1960s were a whirlwind of innovation and change, filled with exciting new inventions and cultural revolutions. This vibrant decade left an indelible mark on history, from groovy fashion trends to revolutionary gadgets. But have you ever wondered what happened to all those once essential items? Join us as we explore 25 things from the 1960s once necessary, now completely obsolete.
Because party line service is a shared service, it is all the more important that its users understand what they need to do to get full benefit from it.
In the 1960s, party line telephones were a staple in many homes, especially in rural areas. A party line was a shared phone service where multiple households were connected to the same telephone line. Each home had a specific ring pattern to know when the call was for them. While this was cost-effective for phone companies, especially in areas where laying individual lines was expensive, it came with downsides. Privacy was minimal, as neighbors could easily eavesdrop on conversations, and arguments often broke out over who was using the line. By the late 20th century, the rise of private phone lines and advancing technology made party lines obsolete, a relic of time when neighbors had to share the local gossip and the phone line itself. Today, sharing a phone line with strangers seems more old-fashioned than the rotary dial. Now let's dive into the world of math.
Today we have a special lesson on the slide rule, the use of the slide rule.
In the 1960s, slide rules were indispensable for scientists, engineers, and students. With its sliding scales, this mechanical device made complex calculations easier before the arrival of electronic calculators. You could multiply, divide, and even calculate square roots and trigonometric functions with remarkable speed and precision, though not to the decimal accuracy we expect today. The slide rule was a marvel, born from the invention of logarithms by John Napier in the early 1600s, which simplified multiplication and division into basic addition and subtraction. However, portable electronic calculators rendered the trusty slide rule obsolete by the late 20th century.
The most common means of recording original information is through the use of a key punch to punch the data into the cards.
Back in the day, punch card data storage was a staple of early computing, though today it's entirely obsolete. These cards, also known as IBM cards, were made of stiff paper and held data with holes punched in specific locations to represent information. A card could store up to 80 characters, 1 byte per column. A computer program often required hundreds, if not thousands, of these cards to store and run. Programmers painstakingly transferred their code onto the cards using machines that punched holes according to their instructions. The cards were then fed into a computer's card reader, translating the whole pattern into machine language. By the 1970s, more advanced and reliable data storage methods replaced these once essential tools. Next, let's take a trip back to when music downloads existed.
Yes, the children stay young when you capture their voices on tape. It's the perfect way to preserve the sounds of family living.
Reel-to-reel tape recorders were a revolutionary tool for recording and playing high-quality audio in the 70s and 80s. Before cassettes and digital media, these bulky machines were the go-to for professionals and audiophiles. They featured 2 large reels, one for feeding the tape and the other for winding it up as it passed over a set of tape heads. These heads read and recorded sound by magnetizing the tape's coating, capturing music, conversations, and even radio broadcast. Despite their size and complexity, reel-to-reel recorders offered superior sound quality, which made them indispensable in studios and radio stations. However, by the 1980s, as cassettes and CDs became more practical and portable, reel-to-reel systems slowly faded, leaving behind a nostalgic audio history. Now, let's take a moment to revisit our first experience with portable electronics.
What are you listening to? This Remco transistor radio I made myself. Want to listen? Gee, the ball game!
In the 1950s, transistor radios were a must-have for music lovers and sports fans. Small, portable, and battery-powered, these radios brought the sound of ball games and rock and roll to millions. They were easy to carry using early transistor technology, making it possible to listen to favorite radio stations on the go. While their sound was buzzy and far from today's crisp audio, they were groundbreaking for their time. Brands like Sony became synonymous with these radios, which remained popular for decades. Although most portable audio players have evolved, you can still find a new transistor radio sold today, a nostalgic reminder of simpler times when turning the AM dial was part of daily life. The next item on the list might just surprise today's kids. In the 1960s, film reels were essential for preserving family memories. Super 8 and 16mm film reels captured everything from holiday gatherings to school plays, bringing moments to life on the silver screen at home. Families would gather around a projector to watch these precious memories flicker, each reel preserving cherished moments. However, these bulky reels required proper handling, careful storage, and a projector to view. As technology advanced, these film reels gave way to more convenient formats like VHS tapes and digital video. Today, smartphones and digital cameras have made recording and instantly sharing our lives effortless. While film reels for home movies may now seem obsolete, they were once cutting-edge technology that preserved priceless memories, offering a nostalgic glimpse into a simpler time when capturing life's moments felt more magical.
Typing motions are confined to your fingers.
In the 1960s, the manual typewriter was a household staple in offices, schools, and homes nationwide. It was the primary tool for creating neatly typed letters, reports, and documents long before the age of computers. Each keystroke made a satisfying click-clack sound as it hit the inked ribbon, pressing words onto paper with mechanical precision. Typing on these machines required skill and accuracy. No backspace or delete button existed to correct mistakes, so typists had to be careful. By the 1970s, electric typewriters started to edge them out, and within a few decades, computers took over entirely. Today, manual typewriters are quaint relics of a bygone era, their rhythmic sound a distant memory. While collectors and vintage enthusiasts may still treasure them, these once essential machines have been replaced by the convenience and efficiency of modern technology, making them a symbol of how far we've come. As far back as the early 90s, glass bottles were essential, especially for milk delivery. These bottles were usually made of clear, sturdy glass, with older ones thicker to withstand multiple reuses. As time went on, newer bottles became thinner, still durable, but more cost-effective to produce. Milk was delivered fresh to homes, and folks would leave empty bottles on their doorstep for the milkman to collect and refill. This cycle of reuse was environmentally friendly long before the term became popular. The milk bottles had embossed logos or labels, often featuring the name of the dairy company, and each bottle felt like a small piece of local culture. However, the once necessary glass bottles slowly became outdated, along with plastic containers and milk cartons.
Just a second. It's going to cost you $897.40, including federal and provincial sales tax.
Adding machines were once an essential tool in every office, performing vital bookkeeping tasks long before the age of computers. These mechanical calculators, first created in the 19th century, were designed to handle dollars and cents precisely. Unlike today's instant electronic devices, adding machines required users to press numbered keys, pull a crank, and watch the total appear on rotary wheels. The process might seem slow to us now, but it revolutionized business operations in its time. Inventors like Dorr E. Felt and Burroughs brought adding machines to the masses in the late 1800s, making manual calculation errors a thing of the past. However, the once ubiquitous adding machine became obsolete as electronic calculators arrived in the 1970s and personal computers became widespread in the 80s. By 2000, these clunky but reliable machines had vanished from office settings, replaced by faster, more efficient technology. Now let's make our way to the kitchen and check things out.
Grab my new Onyx stainless steel ice cube trays. They stack nicely.
Steel ice cube trays were once a staple in every kitchen long before silicone or plastic trays became the norm. Made from heavy-duty stainless steel, these trays featured a lever mechanism that made popping ice cubes a breeze. All you had to do was fill the tray just below the top edge, then once frozen, a simple crack of the lever would break the ice free. These trays were built to last, offering a durable, no-plastic solution many of us remember from our grandparents' kitchens. Their high quality and ease of use made them an essential tool for decades, even though they could sometimes be tricky if overfilled. Today, they're a nostalgic reminder of when kitchen gadgets were built for longevity. Still, they've been largely replaced by more convenient materials like silicone, which are easier to use and store. Car cigarette lighters and ashtrays are rooted in a bygone era of smoking. The first recognizable cigarette lighter was patented in 1921, but it wasn't until 1928 that Casco introduced the automotive cigarette lighter. These lighters became standard in most cars, accompanied by ashtrays, which were once more common than cup holders. As awareness about the dangers of smoking grew, particularly after the Surgeon General's landmark report in 1964, cigarette use steadily declined. By the 1980s, cigarette sales plummeted, leading automakers to phase out these lighters. Interestingly, while American cars reduced their cigarette-related features, Japanese vehicles retained them well into the 1990s. Today, most cars have a circular 12-volt outlet, originally intended for lighters but now used for charging devices. As we move into the future, USB ports are starting to replace these outlets, making them a relic of the past where smoking was once a fixture in daily life. Once a cherished staple of music lovers, portable phonographs were the pinnacle of audio technology beginning in the 1930s. These beautifully designed devices brought the joy of music to picnics and gatherings, allowing users to enjoy their favorite records anywhere. Unlike modern music players, these phonographs required a bit of assembly and manual effort, often involving a hand crank to wind the mechanism. One standout feature was their horn, which amplified sound and gave the music a unique, nostalgic quality. While assembling the phonograph might have been a bit tricky, figuring out how to attach the reproducer and manage the turntable, it was often a rewarding experience. Once set up, the soft, crackling tunes filled the air, offering a charming backdrop to outdoor fun. Despite their initial popularity, portable phonographs have become obsolete in today's digital age, replaced by sleek wireless speakers and streaming services. Now let's take a moment to celebrate the trailblazer of photography.
So why not take your pictures the modern way? The Brownie Starmatic costs only $34.50 or as little as $3.50 down. Other Brownie cameras start at $5.95.
The Kodak Brownie camera, introduced in 1901, revolutionized photography by making it accessible to the average person. This lightweight, box-shaped device came preloaded with film, allowing users to snap up to 8 photos easily. Its affordability, starting at just $1, sparked immense popularity, with over 250,000 units sold in the first year alone. Over the decades, various models emerged, including folding cameras and 8mm motion picture options designed to capture life's moments effortlessly. The last Brownie cameras, featuring flash attachments, were produced in the late 1960s, signaling the end of an era. Though now obsolete, the Brownie paved the way for modern snapshot photography, reminding us of a time when capturing memories was a simple joy, long before the digital age transformed how we take and share pictures.
In the history of television.
We are looking.
Once a beloved centerpiece of our living rooms, tube televisions, or cathode ray tube (CRT) TVs, was the go-to choice for entertainment. These bulky, heavy behemoths dominated our spaces, their deep backs requiring ample wall clearance. The glowing screen, often surrounded by a wooden or plastic frame, offered viewers a unique warmth and nostalgia that many still cherish. However, as technology advanced, the sleek, flat-panel displays revolutionized how we watch TV, providing sharper images and lighter designs seamlessly fitting into modern homes. With the advent of LCD, LED, and OLED screens, CRTs became obsolete, pushed aside by their ultra-thin counterparts that offered better picture quality and energy efficiency. Yet for those who grew up with them, there's an undeniable charm in the crackle of a CRT.
During many open periods of the school day, evaluation and selection groups may be at work at the never-ending search for better teaching materials.
Film strip projectors were once essential tools in classrooms and offices, bridging traditional teaching methods and audiovisual learning. These devices illuminated long strips of images accompanied by a narration or soundtrack, creating an engaging experience for students and employees alike. Remember the excitement of watching educational films in school as the teacher clicked through frames, bringing lessons to life? However, as technology advanced, film strip projectors became obsolete, replaced by digital and video content that offered greater flexibility and ease of use. Today, the whir of film strip projectors is a distant memory. While they may evoke a sense of nostalgia, they remind us of how far we've come in education and business communication, paving the way for a digital future.
So this is the Hickok Model 600 Dynamic Mutual Conductance Tube Tester, and this one is in a pretty rough shape. It doesn't have the lid.
In the days when vacuum tubes powered our favorite devices, these testers were essential for diagnosing and maintaining their performance. Technicians relied on them to assess the condition of tubes, ensuring crisp sound and clear picture quality. However, with the advent of transistors and modern electronics in the mid-20th century, vacuum tube technology quickly faded into obscurity. Today, these testers are mere curiosities, often found in vintage shops or collectors' homes, symbolizing a time when electronics required hands-on expertise. While they hold nostalgic value, handheld vacuum tube testers remind us of the rapid technological advancements that have transformed our world, making them completely obsolete. Now, let's talk about a device essential for predicting the weather.
A barometer is a great instrument to give you an idea of how the weather will be changing over the next 12 to 15 hours. There's no need for any external power. They react to the pressure around us and measure automatically.
Crafted from wood and glass, home barometers measure air pressure changes, helping families anticipate rain or shine. A pressure drop indicates an impending storm, while rising pressure promises clearer skies. Home barometers provide practical information and add a touch of elegance to home decor, sparking conversations about the ever-changing weather. However, with the rise of modern technology, these charming instruments have become obsolete, replaced by accurate weather forecast and smartphone apps that provide real-time updates at a moment's notice. In the vibrant automotive landscape of the 60s, vinyl seat covers were all the rage, offering a sleek and easy-to-clean surface for drivers and passengers alike. Their shiny, plastic-like appearance became a defining feature of cars from that era, reflecting the burgeoning post-war optimism. While vinyl was valued for its durability and resistance to spills, it often lacked the comfort and warmth of natural fabrics. As the automotive industry evolved, so did consumer preferences, leading to the rise of more comfortable and stylish materials like velour and leather. Today, vinyl seat covers have faded into obscurity. Though they are rarely seen in modern vehicles, their legacy lives on in vintage car shows and classic restorations, evoking fond memories for enthusiasts. Now, how did people store and recall numbers before the age of smartphones?
Something's got to be done about phone books. These are the books for New York City alone in this pile, including the yellow pages.
In the not-so-distant past, phone books were essential for anyone looking up numbers quickly. These hefty tomes, filled with countless names and numbers, served as the ultimate resource for connecting with friends, family, and businesses. People relied on them during late-night calls, searching for a pizza joint or a plumber, flipping through pages until they found what they needed. However, with the rise of smartphones, which provide instant access to contact information and online searches, phone books have become a relic of the past. Now, they sit forgotten in basements and attics, collecting dust, reminders of when looking up a number meant thumbing through a bulky book instead of just tapping a screen. Such is the fate of once essential tools in the ever-evolving digital age. Zippered pencil cases for slide rules were once indispensable tools for students and engineers, reflecting an era when precision calculations required careful organization. These sturdy cases featured multiple compartments, allowing users to neatly store pencils, erasers, and various drafting instruments, while a dedicated pouch at the back securely held the slide rule. Students would take pride in their well-organized cases, ready to tackle math problems and complex engineering tasks. The tactile experience of sliding the rule back and forth and the careful adjustments made using these tools fostered a deep understanding of mathematics. Today, setting an alarm on your device is as simple as a voice command. But let's take a step back in time and explore how people set alarms in the vibrant 60s and 70s. Once a staple of daily routines, the digital alarm clock has faded into the background of modern life. With the rise of smartphones, which combine alarm functionalities with many other features, traditional alarm clocks have become largely obsolete. Digital clocks offered a precise way to wake up, utilizing quartz technology to ensure accurate timekeeping, while providing conveniences like snooze buttons and built-in radios. In addition to their precision, digital clocks were easy to use, boasting user-friendly interfaces and various display options. Yet, as smartphones dominate, the need for standalone digital alarm clocks has dwindled.
In Victorian times, for example, the most energetic pastime for a respectable young lady was probably this.
In the mid-20th century, patterns were crucial for crafting personalized garments, allowing individuals to create outfits that fit their style and body shape. The detailed illustrations and instructions guided makers through the process, fostering creativity and self-expression. For instance, vintage patterns from the 1960s showcase unique details like shaped belts, quilted fabrics, and intricate applique designs. These patterns reflect an era when fashion was about tailored silhouettes and bold prints. While modern technology and fast fashion have transformed the clothing landscape, sewing patterns still hold nostalgic value for enthusiasts who appreciate the artistry of garment construction. Today, they inspire those looking to incorporate vintage aesthetics into contemporary projects, reminding us of a time when sewing was integral to personal style and craftsmanship.
I've cleaned over 1,000 records with this. I've been pretty serious with this little Humming Guru ultrasonic cleaner. And is it still working? Am I still happy with it?
Vinyl record cleaners played a vital role for audiophiles and music lovers, helping to keep treasured LPs in top-notch condition. These tools, ranging from simple brushes to sophisticated vacuum systems, were essential for removing dust, dirt, and fingerprints from the grooves of vinyl records. The quality of sound produced by a clean record was unparalleled, allowing listeners to immerse themselves in the full richness of their favorite albums. Today, however, the rise of digital music has rendered these cleaners obsolete. Streaming services and digital downloads have transformed how music is enjoyed, eliminating the need for physical media and the associated upkeep.
And today I'm taking a look at slide projectors.
The carousel slide projector, once a staple of home entertainment and professional presentations, has become obsolete in today's digital age. This innovative device, patented in 1965 by David E. Hansen, featured a rotary tray capable of holding up to 140 35mm slides. Users would load their slides upside down and backwards, allowing images to be projected in the correct orientation. The Kodak Carousel, launched in 1961, introduced convenience and reliability, eliminating the jamming issues common in earlier projectors. Its design, credited to Louis Misiraka, allowed for seamless automated shows, enhancing the experience of family gatherings and lectures. Despite its nostalgic charm, the advent of digital photography and projector technology rendered the carousel slide projector irrelevant. Today, it's a relic of the past, a symbol of a time when sharing memories meant laboriously loading slides rather than instantly displaying images on screens or through social media.
Now you can have the world's most powerful antenna for color, black and white, FM stereo. A new Channel Master color crossfire antenna.
TV antennas were once a common sight adorning rooftops. In the days before cable, satellite, and streaming services took over, these large metallic structures were essential for picking up over-the-air television signals. Typically measuring around 16 by 16 inches, they captured broadcasts from distant towers, allowing families to enjoy their favorite shows without monthly fees. Today, however, most homes are equipped with sleek, compact digital antennas or rely entirely on subscription services, rendering the bulky rooftop antennas nearly obsolete. As technology advances, fewer people find the need for these once necessary devices, leading to their gradual disappearance from the skyline. The remnants of these behemoths remain, a nostalgic nod to a simpler time when antenna adjustments were part of the viewing experience and the thrill of clear reception was a victory.